Hey, happy Friday to you. Just hold on, it's almost the weekend. I'm over here enjoying a little bit of coffee, but it's not Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts is not a paid advertiser. I think I'm just going to stay home today. I just don't feel like burning the gas and running around town today, and I've got plenty to keep me occupied. I felt a little bit frustrated yesterday because I wasn't finding a whole lot. If I have a couple of days where I'm not finding very much, I tend to feel a little bit on edge. Sometimes if I'm not finding much, I'll start doubting my skills. And self-doubt just kind of sucks. So if I find myself in a funk like that, I try to climb out as quick as possible. Last night, I photographed a lot of those things that I picked up yesterday at the transfer station. There were some of those filters, there was that light switch. I photographed that ink that I got with Tom at the transfer station that one day. I'm going to try to get that listed as soon as possible. I didn't photograph any more of those video games last night, but I think I might try to do that today. I'll really be happy to get through all that stuff. Video games are great and everything, but I more or less like collecting them. It seems like whenever you're trying to sell them, everything has to be perfect, and it becomes a real hassle. Mr. K is also doing some projects down there himself. I know he's working on the planters, and I think he was talking about he's transferring compost around. I'm not sure where he's going to be putting it, but hopefully he'll turn it into some tomatoes. Hey, good morning. It's Saturday morning, and it's about 8:30 a.m. I expected it to be kind of rainy today, but as you guys can see, it turned out to be a pretty nice day. I wasn't really planning on going to any garage sales because I just expected it was going to rain, so I didn't even think about it. But I went ahead and checked out the newspaper and Facebook groups, and I came up with about 10 or 11 different garage sales in the Keene and Swansea area. I even entered them into Google Maps. That way I could number them from closest to farthest. I'm not really sure what to expect. I'm not really an early bird. Most people are knocking on doors a couple hours before the garage sale trying to get the goodies, but I don't do all that stuff. That's just not me, you know. I've kind of been in a funk lately. A lot of it has to do with the slow eBay sales. I think yesterday was like a $13 day. And out of that 13 bucks, more than half of that was like shipping and fees. So I think I made like $5 yesterday. And I just haven't been finding a lot of great stuff. And some really sad news to report. That Hollywood prop glass that I sold that lady, the one who paid $90-something to have it delivered the next day. First off, USPS didn't get it there till 2 days. But the real messed up part is she messaged me yesterday and reported to me that sadly all of the glass broke. So now I have to try to get an insurance claim going. Luckily, I insured all of it. I really got bummed out. I wanted my product to be in that movie, but I'm just going to try to hold it together, and hopefully, guys, we'll go out here and find a few things. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Hey, what's going on, my friends? I'm over here at the light table, and I've got the Jerry Garcia garb going on. This shirt actually came in a lot of Hawaiian shirts that I bought on eBay one day, and I don't wear it out in public because it's a little too flashy for me, but it feels very comfortable, so I enjoy wearing it. When you're as big as I am, anytime you can find clothing, it's a plus. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to grab any video today. Things were running a little bit fast-paced today, a little faster than I enjoy. I think one of the things that's holding my channel back and keeping me from growing is I don't have an actual body camera. I just have my little handheld camera here. I think people would find it more interesting if I had video footage of the actual garage sale. It's not a bad idea. I just get a little nervous about wearing this big gaudy camera and everybody asking me about what am I doing. I know my rights. I know I can be in public filming, but when you're at people's houses, that's private property, and they can tell you to hit the road, Jack, don't you come back no more. And I really don't want that kind of confrontation. But maybe I'll get like a less conspicuous camera. I saw that they have like hat cams and stuff. Maybe I'll do something like that. It doesn't have to be top quality. It's not like I'm Cincinnati Picker or anything. But getting back to where I was, garage sailing wasn't super great today. It was alright, but it wasn't great. I'm going to give you guys a detailed breakdown of pretty much everything that I can remember. I went over to the first garage sale on the map, and there was a sign at the mailbox, and it said, "We've postponed the garage sale until like next week. Sorry for the inconvenience." To get to this garage sale, I had to drive like 4 miles through residential neighborhoods. Wasn't all that happy. And I just kept on going down the list and entering addresses. I think the first 2 sales, I didn't even find a sale. Then I eventually started finding some sales. I just kept on running into dud sales. I mean, just nothing. There was this one sale that I went to, and they had this, I don't know, it was like a Mr. Coffee iced tea maker. They wanted $3 for it, and I looked it up, and it was kind of big, but they were selling pretty regularly for $25-ish plus shipping. And I thought about getting it, but I just got so much stuff like that here, unlisted. I ended up just passing on it, guys. I don't usually do that because usually that's just free money, but I've got so much crap right now, and so like I'm just passing up on cheap stuff, even even if it's decent. So I probably hit between 6 to 8 garage sales. That's getting in and out of the van. Now you got to remember, I'm a really big guy. I weigh about 550 pounds, so I was getting in and out of the van like 6 or 7 times. But anyway, I went to about 6 or 8 sales and didn't find anything at all. I was starting to get a bit frustrated, but I realized I had to find a way to make some money for the gas today. It's very important to understand your transportation costs. Gas and maintenance on a vehicle can be very expensive, so you got to take your profits, and you really need to factor in, repairs and gas and everything. It's extremely important. I finally found this neighborhood sale, and I think there was at least 3 or 4 different houses having a sale. I didn't find anything at all at the first 3, but as I was leaving the neighborhood, I saw a 4th, and I stopped, and I found this Yakima bike rack. Yakima is a really good name in sporting equipment. It's got a big box of parts and everything, and the bars look like they're in pretty good shape. I'm not sure if it's all there, but I saw some selling for as much as $100. She had a price tag of $10 on there, and I wasn't sure if it was all there, so I asked her what was the best she could do, and she said $5. So for $5, I'm not going to leave Yakima anything at a garage sale. At one point, I was kind of just driving around looking for some random garage sales. I did see some here and there, and I've always done really well at those random garage sales. Sometimes I'll just accidentally stumble on one and find like a couple $100 in merchandise. It happens. When I was checking out the newspaper, there was this mobile home park that was having a garage sale on the other side of the town. So I drove over there, and it took me about 20 minutes, and I have to say I'm really glad that I went. When I first entered the park, the first thing I saw was a house had a bunch of free stuff. There was just a pile of items, and it had free on it. It was actually some nice looking stuff, but really nothing I could use. But I did spot this guy right here. It's a Star Wars Rebellion game. It's really heavy. It's got a lot of stuff in it. Looks like these are selling in pre-owned condition for about $25 or $30 if they're complete. If it's not complete, I'll just part it out. It probably has some decent parts in it. I actually didn't pick that up until I left. Somebody could have come and grabbed that, but I'm glad they didn't, because I'll probably end up selling it for some good money. Then while I was still in the park, I drove up the road a little bit, and there was another house with a bunch of free stuff. They had a great big tote full of like children's clothing. There were a few other items that I was interested in, and I actually did grab. They had a couple of Xbox 360 games. This is called Midnight Club, and this is Max Payne 3. There's also this third-party 360 controller. There was this little wireless third-party controller. It comes with this charging cable, and there's a Nyko charger with battery in there, so I think so. Oops. And there's a Nyko battery charger with extra battery in my hand back there. There's also a part of a power cable. I'll probably need this. And this was also free. It's a Camo 360 controller. The stick is slightly loose, but not bad at all. It's actually a nice looking controller. Comes with a Nyko battery. Free video game stuff? Forget about it. I'll take that stuff any day of the week. My buddy Jesse over in Kansas found a bunch of video game stuff. I think he paid 30 bucks, and there was a Super Nintendo and about 6-7 games, a PS3 with games. But that's nothing new. That guy finds video game stuff all of the time. Hell, half his extensive collection is from yard sales and garage sales. Also, at that free area, they had these waterproof boots, and these are nice. They're going to need a little bit of cleaning, but they were absolutely free. I think they're like Gore-Tex. It's made by a company called Noble Outfitters, Cold Front. I kind of just did a general lookup on eBay, and it looks like similar ones sold for between $60 and $100 plus shipping. How somebody didn't grab those, I have absolutely no idea, but I'm very thankful for that. I looked them over, and they look like they're in really good wearable condition. So that was a blessing. Anyway, I shot up to the next garage sale, which was directly up the road. And this is where I spent the most money today. The first thing I found was this vintage Fulton trailer winch. I asked him how much he wanted, and he said $3. I looked it up on eBay, and I believe it sells for between $30 and $40. Then I bought this big box of miscellaneous electronics from him. I ended up giving him $6 for the box, and I still don't know exactly what's in there, so let's have a look. The reason I bought it was because it had this Cobra 29 LTD Classic. This was a pretty hot radio back in the 90s. I don't know if it works or not, but we're going to find out. It also has this external speaker, and the lucky eBay winner will also get the original manual. There's also this vintage Krakow FM converter, and what this does is, back in the old days, they only had AM radio in cars, so you installed one of these and you could get FM. I'm not sure what these go for, but I'm going to sell it probably as is, and hopefully I can get like 10 bucks for it. Here's another Cobra mic. Breaker 19, how about you there, nail bender? You got your ears on, 10 volt? I'm not really sure what all this is, but it's like some kind of, you know, CB wire, so this might come in handy. There's also this Cobra trap shooter, and I think this might be a radar detector, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to look that up. I gave him $1 for this bag. It's an old Sony Handycam bag. I don't think it'll sell for much, but I think somebody will buy it just because it's a vintage old Handycam bag. I've always done pretty well with vintage Sony stuff. I also bought this tote from him. I had to pay up for this. I ended up giving the guy 25 bucks, but let me show you what I got. It's a really nice vintage jacket. It's super vintage. It's made by LL Bean, Maine. It's made in the USA. I'm not sure how much that'll sell for, but I'm guessing more than $25. There's also a nice camo heavy-duty jacket as well. This is also in really nice condition. This is an old vintage Cabella's whitetail clothing made in the USA. Before I purchased these items, I did a quick search on eBay, and I saw just that jacket alone selling for between $60 and $70 plus shipping. That's why I didn't mind paying up for it. The guy was giving me pretty good prices, and I didn't want to seem like an ass. So I actually paid all of his asking prices today, which is pretty rare. But if somebody's helping me out, generally I'll try to be a nice guy. And then there was this cool military winter weather hat. The guy told me he believed this was actually the hat that he had in the military. And I asked him, are you sure you want to give this away? He said, I'll just take it. So in my heart, I was comfortable giving this man $25 for these nice items. I also bought this Panasonic videotape recorder from the man. It's not new, but it looks like it's in pretty good shape, and it's got all the accessories. I asked him how much he wanted, and he said, just give me $5. I said, it's sold. After I left out of there, I drove around for a bit and found yet another sale. There was this very nice lady, and she had a few things for sale. Nothing I was really interested in, but I did pick up these two Sharp clocks. They're vintage, new old stock. She wanted $2 a piece. I asked her if she'd take 3 for both, and she did. And then I shot over to the Salvation Army, and unfortunately I didn't find a single thing. That's been kind of the norm over there lately. They've kind of been falling below standard. I still go a few times a week, but I haven't been spending much time there because it's just really been garbage. And I've got so much other stuff to do here at the house, I just can't be wasting a lot of time that way, you know. I ended up leaving the Salvation Army after about 15 minutes, and I drove up the road a bit and found a garage sale. This one lady had this Xylus Parmesan cheese grater, and this OXO Good Grips garlic press. I paid her $1 for both of these. This right here probably sells for about $15. Xylus is a good name. I think Pampered Chef bought him out though. And OXO is a good name to look out for. It's decent quality. This will probably sell for about $10 to $12 free shipping. At that same sale, a lady sold me this nice Wilson children's glove. She wanted $3 for it. She also wanted $3 for this. It's a Bialetti Mocha espresso maker. These are pretty decent quality. I asked her if she'd take $5 for the two, and she accepted. I'm not sure how much I can sell this glove for, but it feels really nice. It feels leather. I might be able to get 15 or 20 bucks for it. As I was driving home, I stumbled upon yet another garage sale. In this bag are a lot of 2 razors. One's a vintage Remington. One's another Remington, probably not vintage. I'm not sure what I can sell those for. I usually do alright with vintage razors and shavers. The lady also sold me this nice Braun razor, and she said it works too. I gave her $2 for this as well. The last time I sold one of these like this, it wasn't holding a charge, so I sold it as broken, and I still sold it for like 80 plus shipping. So this should do okay. After I left that sale, I just wanted to go home. But I knew I had to stop at the dump first because today is Saturday. So what did I find over at the dump today? Not a whole lot, but I did find a Hamilton Beach food processor. I've already discarded the motor. I don't sell those. The parts are going to have to be cleaned, but you're looking at about 20 bucks for the top and pusher, maybe 15, 20 for the work bowl. It looks like that blade is selling for about 15 shipped, and I'm not sure how much that disc blade will sell for, but if I had to guess, maybe $15. So not a bad find for free. I wanted to take a look at their book section today. Apparently they've gotten rid of most of their books out of the Gaylord. So the books were all the way at the bottom. So I started digging through all the books and I found a bunch of these. And all they are is the Babysitter Club series. These don't sell for super money, but you can get a few dollars a piece out of them. I actually saw a lady selling some at a garage sale today, and I would have bought them, but she wanted $1 a piece per book, and I wasn't going to buy them for that. You might be able to put them in a lot and get like $3 a piece, but if you got like 15 of them, that's like 45 bucks, so it's not too shabby. That's one thing I love about the dump. They're always coming through for me on days where it's not popping. It's like they just keep on providing something to help me. And for that, dump, I love you. So that's it, guys. That's what I found today. It wasn't the worst day I've ever had, but it wasn't like super bangers like when you watch Lonnie over at Garage Flips or Cincinnati Picker. You know, they usually find like $22,000 worth of stuff before 9 a.m. Sadly, my channel does not do that. We're not working with those kind of numbers over here, boys. We're part of the Poor Pickers initiative. I drove about 85 miles today, so I spent about $25 in gas. But I think with the profit I'll make from this stuff, it should be okay. Anyway, my friends, I hope you enjoyed those pickups today. I think I'm going to get out of here and try to start organizing this debacle. If you guys enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you hated it, please give me a thumbs down. At least I'll get some kind of acknowledgement in the algorithm. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. You guys have a wonderful night.